Okay. This is Helen Stevens, and we're down in Florida. It's February 29th, 2024. We're enjoying a nice vacation in Florida, and we're going to tell you a little bit about Mary Collins, who is Grandma's sister. That's Catherine Yakish. And then do you want to just say all the Catherine had 7 brothers and sisters?
Yep. She had 7 brothers and sisters. Their names were, I think in age, in order, John, Kate, Mary, Vern, Felix, George, and Lillian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
Then you want to just start off maybe sort of chronology. We'll say a little bit about what you remember about her from her early life.
Yeah, Mary lived in town with Grandma and Grandpa Yakish and sort of took care of them and worked at the dime store in Bloomer. The owner was Pete Cullen, and she kind of thought he was kind of mean, but I guess you have to when you got people working for you. After Pete's wife got sick and died, before she passed away, she knew that Pete was having an affair with Annie Abel, and he talked to Mary, who he was getting to know very well, and she asked him if he would please marry Mary and not Annie Abel.
That was his wife's dying wish, right?
Her dying wish was to marry Mary instead of Annie Abel, who he was having an affair with.
You can say that Mary Collins worked for him for about 14 years at the dime store. So she worked for her, a good part of her working life. And then when Mary Collins married Pete, she was 40 years old. She was considered pretty old at that time for getting married.
Yeah.
And then you want to say a little bit about the wedding with the policeman and.
Oh, yeah, yeah. When Annie Abel found out that Mary was marrying Pete, she was going to go to the wedding and kill him when they got married.
Wow.
And so they called the police, and the police came to the wedding and made sure that Annie Abel didn't get into the wedding. And my ma wouldn't let Rosemary or Walmer or I go to the wedding because she thought there was going to be a murder or something, so she just went there herself. And there weren't many at the wedding, believe me. And when they did get married, the police were there, and the police told Pete and Mary, get out of town immediately after the wedding and don't come back for a long time because Annie maybe would still hold a grudge. So they packed up their suitcases and went to Florida, to Newport Richey, where they had chickens, and they were very happy, which was a surprise. And then after about 7 years, they came back and visited Bloomer, and nothing was done bad, so they stayed a while and then went back to Florida, where after maybe 7 or 8 years more, Pete got sick and died in Florida. And
do you want to say that they had a chicken, that business they had in Florida?
Yeah, they had a chicken farm, and they had eggs and sold the meat for the chickens too. And they, after so many years, the chickens and everything burnt down one day. That's before Pete passed away, so they stayed there a little while, and Pete got sick down there and passed away. And Mary didn't want to live down there all by herself, so she asked Ma if she could move in with her here in Bloomer. And
could I ask you, did you all ever visit them in Florida? Did anyone ever visit Mary and Pete when they lived in Florida?
Yeah, nobody ever visited Pete and Mary in Florida. I don't know why. I wanted to go to Florida just to say I was there.
Yeah.
And or even buy their house and live down there, but it didn't turn out that way. So yeah, and Mary moved to Bloomer then, and she, what did we say?
So she lived with grandma, right?
Yeah, she lived with grandma for some time.
And then she got hit by a car the year, I think it's 1971.
Oh,
we'll get
is that when it was?
Yeah, it was. So she must have been down. It says Pete Collins passed away in Florida in 1965. So she must have moved back. Mary moved back.
20 years about.
Mm-hmm. And then it looks like Mary died in 1971. So she lived with grandma for about 6 years.
Yep.
And then Mary was coming back from church, right?
Yep.
And she got hit by crossing the street.
Yep.
In Bloomer.
I lived in Lake Wissota then.
Oh,
and,
you were away. Okay.
Yeah. And Debbie had a license then. And you went to
Diana.
Yeah, I don't know. Doug was a baby when she passed away, and I had to stay home, so I sent. She was dying, and so Debbie went up there and died.
No, we were at the movie, and we came home, and you left right away. Because you were waiting for us.
Yeah,
when we
that's
got
right.
home, but there was no way to get a hold of us.
Yeah, so I went to.
Oh, I see. You went into town then when they got back
Came
home.
to Bloomer
to see her.
to say goodbye to her because she was dying, and the kids stayed home with Doug then.
Oh, okay.
So.
And it was just.
That's sad.
Fast.
Yeah, that was quite a.
She was in good shape though, other than being hit by the car, right? So she would have a longer life.
She would have lived a long time.
I had
You
my
know.
driver's license.
Yeah, so.
And then do you want to say a little bit about that Annie Abel
yeah.
in later life ended up going to a nursing home, right?
Yeah. Later in life, I got a job for a short time at the Bloomer nursing home, and I was in activities. I worked, and I saw this woman when I was working there, and I didn't really know Annie, but she was. Then I found out her name, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna make sure I visit with her a little bit to see what's happened to her. And she was saying somebody's name, and I came up and I was taking care of her that night, and she said, that darn Mary, she she got him, and she was mumbling something, and I said, "Who, Mary who?" And she said, "That darn Mary." She wouldn't give a last name, which I knew who she meant, but it was kind of interesting. She was, all the while I worked there, she was cussing out Mary yet, so.
After all those years, huh?
Yeah, so I knew who she meant whenever she said that, and I took care of her most of the time because I just thought she was interesting. And
Well, she's probably a scorned woman, right?
oh yeah,
she had an affair with a rich man in town,
yeah,
and then she thinks that she's going to marry him,
yeah,
and then the dying wife puts it apart, and he ends up
yeah.
marrying a
she
20-year-old.
that.
And well, I imagine Mary was quite a bit younger than Pete, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, she was.
That was pretty
yeah,
big.
about 25 years, I'd say at least.
Yeah, that's a pretty big.
Yeah, that's a
age
long
span.
time, but they looked, pretty normal together. So, yeah, that.
What do you remember about Mary when she was younger? Do you remember much about her, like her personality or anything?
Yeah, when Ma would have a baby, she would take time off at work at the dime store to come out and help with the baby, and because in them days when they had a baby, they had to stay in bed, the mothers, for 10 days. So Mary stayed out there for about 10 days and took care of the other kids and cooked and took care of the baby too. So
She was a midwife, huh?
Yeah.
Did she have any training in that at all, or
No.
was there a doctor involved, or?
Oh yeah, a doctor came and delivered the baby.
Oh, I see.
And then Mary would go out there. She would be in, it was in Papa Creek that we were born. So it was quite a ways from a hospital or doctor. So like George died, maybe if they could have put him in an incubator, he would be alive today. And Sylvia too, they had heart surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So them two,
Were they delivered in the hospital? They were delivered at home, right?
at home, yeah.
So they never really didn't have
Yeah.
hospitals back then.
So, yeah,
Well, that was the 1920s or 30s, right?
Yeah,
So it was
20s.
after you were born.
yeah, it was
So
Walmer, Rosemary, George, and so that was like
Well, she did, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, but I
Was
mean,
in 1930.
4 years, and then me, and then Sylvia.
oh, okay.
So it was in the 30s,
Hmm.
20s and 30s, yeah.
How old was your mom when she had you? Do you remember?
I think she was pretty close to 40.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh no, maybe. Yeah, I guess it's 40, and then in her change of life, she had that Sylvia.
Oh, okay.
So she must have been 45, something like that. Yeah,
Was it
sure.
common for women to have children in their 40s back
Oh,
then?
yes.
Oh,
When
really?
you have 10 kids, you're gonna go
Wow.
into their 40s.
And why did the women have so many babies back then?
Well, we always said they're either Catholic or careless. And we laughed about it, of course, like you are.
Well, did they have any kind of like birth control or anything like that back
Oh,
then?
golly, no.
Nothing?
No, you had to take them as they came.
Was there a lot of adoptions back then, or did everyone keep their own babies and
They didn't have to adopt.
they
They had them.
just had them and kept everyone stayed
Yeah,
there?
they all had them. Yeah, there weren't many that couldn't have a baby. I don't think they had surgery like they do now, like hysterectomies.
Mm-hmm.
So
did they, like if someone was poor and they kept on having babies, they just kept the babies and just made do
yeah.
what was happening?
I never thought of that. I mean, boy, some of them were really poor, you know.
Sure.
Well, that's why Ma sewed. She'd take apart a jacket or something, a winter coat, and made a kid a coat out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it didn't cost nothing.
Yeah.
And she didn't charge. They'd bring a dozen eggs or some, I don't know what. They'd just pay them in food or something, like jars of fruit or something like that.
Trade banter, huh? Back and forth.
She didn't get much cash.
And
Only Ida Stuffle. She cut hair, and she'd get a quarter for every hair she cut. And she got a lot of money.
Huh.
Boy, they were out over there every night.
The people would come from the country, from other houses, and just ask her.
Heavens. The whole neighborhood. I think they had a lot of, company going over there, and then other people be there, and they'd have a good time. And once in a while, we got to go over there too, so
You got a
we'd
haircut too?
play with Donnie and Bud, and they had a big box of comic books that we had to sit and read while she was cutting hair. So
Was it just like in her kitchen or something that you?
yeah,
put the hair?
yeah. She had a room where she, we'd sit. She'd be on one part of the room, and we'd sit there on the couch, reading comic books and watching her cut hair.
Those were the cell phones or the internet of the entertainment of the time. Huh?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, we got together every Sunday. We went someplace to eat dinner, or we had somebody over.
Oh, okay.
Like one family would come, well, a lot of times Bernetta and Margaret and Leo and them. We had them out a lot, but they lived in town, and they just had the one kid, and she liked it out at our house, so I think they just come out there and had chicken, of course.
Were most people farmers back then, or were there a lot of people that were tradespeople or carpenters, or?
Oh yeah, there was all kinds of people. Yeah.
Because I always feel like everyone I know is like they're all farmers.
Yeah.
There's like just a few people live in town.
Our relatives were mostly farmers.
Mostly farmers?
Yeah, except, well, Grandma and Grandpa, that was a special, because, that got a house in town.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to go down, well, I'd ride my bike into town 6 miles, go to a movie, and then go over to Grandma's, and sometimes Dad would pick me up, but I rode my bike back home again and did chores at night. So and I'd go alone. I didn't go with a bunch of kids.
So you went in the afternoon to the matinee, so you get home for milking at night?
Oh yeah.
It got dark?
Oh yeah. 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get to church either at 8 or 10 and jump on my bike and go into town.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Adventures is life for a little.
Yeah,
little
that
kid.
was quite a ride. But I like movies. I watched every change of movie in town. They'd have 2 or 3 different movies every week. So I
That's
got
a lot,
to see.
isn't it?
Yeah. So I got to see one a week, at least.
Were the movies like now? There's
All
always these
modern.
big movies.
I mean, it was like.
Who were the movie stars that you saw back then? Do you remember?
Yeah. John Wayne.
Oh, he was a movie. Wow.
Yeah, he was old.
Jeez.
And who are some of the women? Oh, boy. I'm drawing a blank when it comes to them. But I would buy movie magazines then. They had a movie magazine once a month.
Okay.
And I think it was a nickel. So I got to read all the movie stars and what movies they're gonna make and what they made, and so I kept up on all the movies.
Did you want to be a movie star?
Did what?
Did you want to be a movie star?
Did I want to be?
Mm-hmm.
I knew I wasn't good looking, so I didn't.
About that?
No, I wouldn't ever think of it. Farmer?
Farmer? Did you ever think that you were going to be a farmer when you grew up?
I knew I wasn't gonna.
Why is that?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I was sick of milk.